I'm Aahan. I graduated DLRC in 2024. I joined in 2022 after finishing my 10th grade from an ICSE school. So the shift from ICSE to A levels and from kind of traditional school to an open campus, holistic learning type institution like DLRC was a big change for me. But I'm glad I did it because the amount of stuff I've learned in the past 2 years, apart from academics, is massive. I did pottery, I did woodworking. I've done more volunteering in the last 2 years than in the 16 before that.
Wow.
So it's been really great.
Wow.
And I had 3 subjects at A levels. Even they went really well. So I'm really happy I made that change.
Amazing. What are the kind of spaces that you had applied to for after 12th learning journey?
So I applied to colleges in India and abroad. My main focus was on the UK and the Netherlands. I had applied to universities of Amsterdam, Erasmus University. I'd applied to University of Manchester, LSE, Nottingham, stuff like that. And in India, I applied to Kriya University, and I was also going to give the CUET. So I got into basically all of them except for LSE. And ultimately I decided to go to Erasmus University Rotterdam because again it has a very holistic learning environment. It's not just in academics, a lot of skills.
Okay, amazing. So, and this is like the Erasmus Mundus program, or is that Erasmus program only?
This is Erasmus University. The Erasmus Mundus program is more of a thing for masters.
Achha.
And yeah, so there's also an Erasmus program where you kind of travel around different universities in Europe, study 1 semester in each.
Okay.
This is just at the university in the Netherlands.
At the university. You want to do after that?
So I'm looking into majoring in economics, specializing in economics. I don't know exactly what I'll do, but I definitely want to get involved in the research fields, something like that, because based on the internships I've done while at DLRC, I've realized that is something I like doing.
And what all internships have you done at DLRC?
So I did a short economics internship with Pune University. I've done some courses from LSE, some online courses types.
Are they courses or internships?
Those are courses.
Okay.
But they basically it was an interactive experience because I was actually talking with international students and stuff like that. The internship was thanks to a DLRC parent. I could connect through them. So that was actually what got me started in the whole internship phase. It's a good addition to my portfolio.
And what all did you do in the internships? Like a little bit more detail about.
So my first internship at Pune University was about the impact climate change is having on economies in certain parts of the world. How people are trying to adapt to that, what the economic impact is. The government has to shift people, stuff like that. I've also worked across subjects, so an intersection of economics, international relations, history, which I really like. That's something that I did at LSE. I've also been learning a bit of coding at the side, so that when I get to university, my economics and math skills kind of get utilized in that as well.
Wow, that's a very well thought out plan. Yeah, this is a good thought process there. Yeah. Have you spent a lot of time where we are right now in the design lab?
Definitely. So
okay.
This is the design lab. This is where I did woodworking. You can see all the tools that we use. Lot of things that are recycled, lot of old wooden material that a lot of us use for our projects. So I made a kind of a birdhouse that I still have to kind of paint and furnish up. But
oh, is it?
Yeah. So it's at home right now, and me and my friend had also made a model, and a Formula 1 track. It should be somewhere here. So, those are the two projects that I've done, and then we keep helping each other with whatever is required.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Talk about sports. Like given that everybody's going towards the sports field after having lunch right now. Talk about sports at DLRC. Have you played on the ground? And have you spent a lot of time playing sports, different things?
Yeah. So, before I came to DLRC, I was really involved in basketball. And I played basically all sports before as well. And there was a small ground here when I came to DLRC, and the sports lessons were held here. We used to play volleyball, football, a lot of fitness. But since then, the kind of change that I've seen with the sports facilities is also amazing. Because now we have a big ground outside. We have several tournaments going on throughout the years. We have the Aahan celebration where everybody makes a pyramid. We have the Kho tournaments, we have the football tournaments, volleyball tournaments. So all of an overall sports day, all of which we all participated in last year. So it was really, really great to see that happening here. And I think, you can see the small ground here. This is where we used to play cricket as well. Whenever we got time. If it's not windy, people sometimes used to play badminton as well. So it's been really great. It's been really fun to kind of see the evolution.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we're just walking through the paths where a lot of high schoolers actually enjoyed walking across this path, and also sitting up on that. And talking.
One of our favorite spots.
Yeah. Talking
it's really nice just to sit around talk.
Yeah, exactly.
The basketball court is right behind here.
Yeah, like a half court, a little less than half court maybe.
Yeah,
but it works.
The basketball court was made right as I joined, so I was very happy about that.
Great. Yeah.
Initially we had played a lot of basketball.
Like if somebody asks you, hey, how are your lessons about at DLRC? What are kind of celebrations that you have about your lessons? What are the kind of challenges that you've had? And the third question is that what are maybe 3 things that you say that, hey, I hope this improves for somebody like me or other students in the lessons? So it'll be great to get all these 3 points.
Sure. So, the very first thing that comes to mind is how different it is from traditional. I was in ICSE till 10th grade. Over there, it's just the teacher kind of giving us a lecture. The students are there listening, maybe taking notes. Over here, it's much more of a give and take type situation. It's more interactive. The teacher is not only teaching the subject, they're discussing it with the students. So that helps with clearing doubts, and also it makes it much more interesting to learn. I remember my history classes with Ajay sir. It was only the 4 of us, but because we had such beautiful discussions, it was probably my favorite subject in school, because we just used to study the content related to some real life matter, go and discuss about that. And it's the same with economics, it's the same with math. The classes are very fun. Obviously, when exam time comes around, it's a bit more serious. But otherwise, it's a more casual atmosphere, because until you really enjoy the subject, you can't begin to learn it properly. And that's basically the mantra of this whole place. And the classes are structured around that. So sometimes there were challenges, of course. Sometimes as a student you just don't want to. There are days where you don't want to learn. But
wow, thanks for saying that. And how did you deal with that?
It's your friends are there. So I think when you have that kind of support group with the friends and the teachers, it makes it kind of easier. And one day we can talk to the facilitator, say, can we take it a bit easy today? Maybe we've had like 3 continuous lessons, 4 continuous lessons. Maybe people just don't want to learn. So they'll say, okay, we'll just have a discussion about the subject, or we can do a fun exercise. So you're still kind of involved in the subject, but it doesn't feel like studying. So that's another thing I really like. Some of the introduction sessions are really interesting. Like for business, you kind of learn the basics through an exercise involving mangoes. I won't say anymore. For sociology, you learn the basics with an exercise involving leaves. So you kind of also make use of the campus, the nature that's all around us. So it's really, really great to see.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah. And what would you say about the intensity of the high school program coming in from another system, and then 11th standard you're in DLRC,
Yeah.
and then what do you see now after 2 years of that? How has it changed you? So the intensity coming in and then going out, what's the change?
Right. So definitely, I remember my first 4 or 5 months. It took me a while to kind of get used to the new style of writing, new style of learning, because writing essays in your A levels is extremely different from writing your answers in ICSE. And I think I joined in May end, and it was not until kind of November that I started getting comfortable with writing those essays. So those first 5-6 months were really important for me to get the support that I needed from the teachers. And because that happened really well, it allowed me to kind of practice essays on my own then. So for anybody coming from ICSE, CBSE, it takes a few months to kind of really deep that transition to make it properly. But once you kind of understand the subject, it makes it so much more fun to learn over here. So, I mean, by the time I was in 12th grade, I already knew what I needed to do. And kind of 12th grade, since the get-go, there was no problem for me. The essays, they just used to come naturally in class, in the exams. So I think, yeah, those first few months of transition are really important, and if that base is solid, then all the way through A levels it carries you your performance. So yeah, that helped me perform really well in AS and A levels.
Amazing, amazing. In terms of now the high school program you've gone through, what are the kind of skills that you think, or top 3 qualities that you think have been imbibed in you?
Okay.
That you think is going to help you in college,
Right.
or even now internships, or just daily life?
So I think the very first thing that comes to mind is the way the Cambridge curriculum is structured, the way this school is structured is you are encouraged to kind of think beyond the box, not just write down what's in the textbook, but really relate it, get some real life examples, talk about your own experiences, anything that comes to mind. So I think coming from ICSE to A level, coming from that type of school to DLRC, it kind of opens up your mind. You start to think about the world more. You start to notice more things. Whenever I need read a news report, I can connect it to some concepts in my economics class or my history class. So that's really nice. And sorry, what was the other thing?
The other thing was basically how has it prepared you?
Yes, right. So yeah, the thing I was thinking about was you're encouraged to ask questions and discuss, and that is something that's really crucial at university, because at university you don't get the kind of personal attention that you do here. So it's really important that you kind of ask your questions and you have those discussions with your peers. And I think that's something that I've already done in DLRC. So it makes it 10 times easier for me to do it at university as well. So yeah.
And how about in internships? Have you seen something help you in internships?
Internships also, it helped me, like basically opening my mind, broadening my horizons. So during my internships, I was able to relate what I was doing with my course content, obviously, but I was also able to expand on whatever I was learning. So kind of not only sticking to what I was reading in research reports, but also expanding on that, adding my own content, and that's something I got from DLRC, because it's always okay, what more can you think of, what's something that you can add to that content. So that's something I really liked about the classes over here. And because of the nature in which they were conducted, it just made it more easier to kind of discuss with the teacher anything you had. So yeah, that was great.
Yeah, if there are 3 things that you would like to change about DLRC, what would those be?
Well, there's not much I would like to change. Maybe the noise issue that was there before. I mean, it's kind of expected because you have open classes. It has improved a lot since I started because children don't really play when there are exams anymore, stuff like that. So it's much better now. The noise issue. There's a separate music room. It has it's been soundproof.
Right.
So that's great to see that there's music on campus. Sometimes it's really nice to listen to it as well. Just not when you're in an exam, of course.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else I would say because I like everything the way it is right now. The campus is beautiful. It's situated in a good place. The sports program has improved. The classes have improved. Everything is kind of becoming better. So I don't think there's anything else.
Yeah, we've got screens in classes now.
Yeah. I've noticed that as
even in terms of noise, what we did is we spread out some of the classes.
Yeah.
And it also happened naturally that because Sona had to shift to Hadapsar, we've actually got her online now.
Yeah.
And we've converted one of the rooms, the upper library, into an AV room.
Yeah.
So I think that's also helping. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
So, any advice to people who are thinking about applying to DLRC? What are the kind of people that you think will love coming over to DLRC? And what are the kind of people, more importantly, who said that don't even think about it?
So I think the very first thing, a prerequisite of kind of coming to DLRC is you have to keep an open mind. You have to really be willing to adapt to the new changes, the new challenges, whatever comes along. So that's the most important thing. I mean, if you are somebody who really likes to go beyond the curriculum, who wants to combine their academics with other extracurricular activities, I mean, we have dozens of clubs here. There's, woodworking, pottery, there's even debating, and there are like after school clubs for say computer science or mathematics, stuff like that. There are an n number of possibilities for you to kind of engage with the campus and with your fellow students apart from just academics. So if you're somebody who really enjoys doing that, then DLRC is the place for you. And you just got to keep an open mind. As I said, you come here, first few months it takes you a bit getting used to, but after that it's really fun.
Wow, amazing. Talk a little about your SIP, especially in the 12th standard, the initiative that you took.
Right. So I was part of the Environment Social Impact Project, which is something that all the students from grade 9 to grade 12, they gather every Friday and they work in their respective groups. And as part of my project, so we got involved with reusing of second-hand clothes. So from an environmental perspective, you're saving on obviously you're saving money that goes into buying those clothes, but you're also saving the water and the transport costs that go in making and delivering all these clothes. So instead, we're collecting second-hand clothes from our community, the students, their parents, and first we kind of repurposed them and sold them back at a really cheap price. And later on, the excess stock we had, we went into the nearby village, we went into Suska, we kind of gave it away. And during the 12th grade, me and Ajay sir and my group, we kind of had the idea of opening a shop in Sus village. So we took all these clothes, we found a shop, and with the money that we had raised previously, we opened it up, we sold it at say half the cost or 1/3 the cost that you would get those clothes in the village normally for. So many people came and bought, and yeah, it was a great thing, not only for me but for the community as well. And yeah, I'm hoping that these kind of initiatives will continue. So yeah.
Well, thanks to that, we actually got to connect with the Sus village, and now the langar that we're doing is kind of an offshoot or a fallout or an extension of that.
Yeah, definitely.
So
yeah.
you started a tradition which will kind
Yeah,
of
that's nice to see. It's
Yeah.
always good to network with people in the village. I mean, you meet some great people,
yeah,
and so it's not only just about the volunteering; it's
Yeah.
also about getting to know those people.
right. One thing that we have not definitely covered was that is a commerce club, right? You
Mhm.
guys ran such an amazing club.
Yep, definitely. So I was part of the commerce club. We used to meet once or twice a week. And me and a classmate of mine, we even made a sheet for tracking like major stock indices and prices of commodities like gold and oil and stuff like that. And in Commerce Club, it was basically somebody who's interested or who wants to speak about a certain subject or book or anything regarding economics or business, even accounting, anything that's happening in the world. We'd discuss, somebody would present, we would ask them questions. So this was for grades 9 to 12. So kind of, it was not only an opportunity for people to share what they had
Just to
done.
add in, Aahan,
Yeah.
I think it was for any grade.
It was for
So
any
we
grade.
we saw
Yeah.
some kids from grade 8,
Grade 8 and 7.
grade
Yep.
grade 7 also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember a few students from grade 7 because they were the ones who were asking the most questions. And so the first point was that everybody gets to kind of share what they've learned. But the second and more important point was that the younger students kind of start to get involved in the world of economics and business from an early age, which at least I feel is extremely important because you have to know what's going on around you. So people from grade 7 and 8, they used to come, they used to listen, they used to ask their questions, and it was an opportunity for the 11th and 12th graders to really impart knowledge, to kind of show them what they had learned. And it was a great initiative. So I think 1 year entire it ran until the exams.
Badhiya. And something that a lot of us have heard about you, and I don't know, was the kind of lovely joke going around about Bihari connection. What's that about?
So I mean, I've been born and brought up in Pune, but my family is from Bihar. And I think when kind of people found out about it, it just became this nice joke. I mean, I'm from Bihar and whatever stereotypes are there, of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's amazing. I don't mind it at all. I'm the
Yeah.
one
In fact, it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I make most of the jokes
Yeah,
anyways.
yeah.
And I don't know. It's just a fun addition
Yeah.
to whatever we do on campus. So
Lovely.
it's-
Anyway, एक बिहारी सब पे भारी.
Yep.
है कि नहीं?
100%.
Thanks, Aahan. It's just been amazing observing your learning journey, and I haven't been able to interact much in the classes or otherwise, but I think I've really enjoyed having your company in so many things. Yeah, and look forward to see you on campus as much as possible.
Definitely. So
Yeah,
happy to
keep
be
in
here.
touch, and let's look at like having an alumni initiative
Mhm.
and things about that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. We've already had a lot of talks with alumni even when I was in 12th.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's
So
that's
come
also
on.
been
Yeah.
good. But yeah.
And all the best. Yeah,
Thank
do
you.
amazing, do awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
looking forward.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this place kind of evolving as well.
Wow,
Thank
thank you.